Your daughter agreed to meet with me about our grandkids. So I would consider that traction in some way. As your friend, I've seen such a change in you and such a positive outlook. And it's appreciated. It's inspiring. Coming out of prison and realizing that I'm always going to have that on my record and it's going to disqualify me from certain jobs, and even getting my apartment was a pain in the ass because of my record. So being around you and your positive attitude really helps. But when it comes to my daughter, don't get excited. Don't anticipate her working with you. Why not? I'm surprised that Miranda's willing to talk to me again after how our last interaction went. Maybe she's had a change of heart. I don't think asking for visitation is too much. So maybe she's come around to the idea and realized that the way she's behaving is ridiculous. I would expect probably the contrary. I know her. And if she's meeting with you, it's to prove a point. It's to assert her authority. And lately, she has been big on that. She really just wants to put her stamp on this family, and then, I don't know. I think she has a lot of regrets, and I think she's trying to make up for a lot of those regrets. So what, you think that your daughter would honestly meet with me just to tell me no? Just to put her foot down in an act of pride? I don't think she's that prideful. And I don't get it, because Joey is in prison now. We're not asking for much. I understand she may have a problem with you seeing the grandkids, but still, I think that that's exactly what you should expect. And you won't be disappointed. Do not go in there with any expectation. She wants to have a meeting with you about our grandkids. Go into it without assuming a single thing, because I know you too. The second that you're let down, it's gonna show, and you might lash out. And the last thing you want to do is give her what she wants. And I think my daughter wants you to be the wicked witch of the West. The second you give her a reason to say that you were, well, there you go. You're feeding right into her hand. This is mental warfare, I would say. Okay, well, you know me. If our next meeting does not go well regarding our grandkids, and me and Miranda butt heads for whatever reason, then I do have a backup plan, and I have a plan C, and I also have a plan D. I can assure you, Kristen, before this year is over, sooner than later, most definitely, you and I will be able to see our grandkids again, and she will live to learn with that reality. This is a family. And if we're a family, we are not going to be cut off from the little ones that matter. So don't worry too much. Again, I appreciate your positivity, and it's very inspiring. I need that right now. Because I feel a lot of doom and gloom with most of my life. But I don't think that my daughter will ever forgive me. And I don't think we'll ever have a line of communication. So, you may get to see our grandkids, but I don't think I'll ever have that choice. Kristen, you have to remember that she's your mother. I am her elder. I am her former mother-in-law. I am the biological grandmother to her grandkids. At the end of the day, whether she feels some way about you or not, or even about me, tough noogies, she's gonna lose the option to be stubborn. It's about time we stop giving her the option to cut us off. We have to look at it as, up until this point, we have given her the choice to stop us from seeing our grandkids, but no more. No more. I don't know how much time I have left on this planet, but I want my grandkids to remember me, and I want them to remember me for pursuing them and being in their life. And I think you feel the same. I do. Damn, dude. I did not expect her to break up with you over that. Over saying a few things, over visiting Miranda for help. You were trying to help her. You went out of your way to like do your homework. You went to the library to get some resources to help her through her chemical pregnancy, and she dumped you like that?
Yeah, man. I guess I hate to say it because I really thought she was gonna be the one, but it seems like it just wasn't meant to be. Again, it's a theme with me.
I'd hate to say it, dude. It probably wasn't. If she's willing to dump you like that and be that sensitive about it. So I think you might have metaphorically dodged a bullet there, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like, I wouldn't lie to you. Like, if I really thought that you should be with her and y'all were like a cute couple, I know I have my issues with her and stuff, but it's not coming from that place. I just genuinely don't think that that was going to work for you.
I feel like an idiot because I really fell in love quick. And I said to people that this was going to be it, and it went nowhere. It is done as done can be. There is no communication between us. We are done. And here I was talking about her being my future.
Yo, there are going to be people in your life who say that about you. The haters. They're like, yo, he falls for women too quick. He always thinks that they're the one, and you got that like Taylor Swift syndrome. But look at Taylor Swift now, right? Who's she with? That Travis Kelce dude? I'm in prison, so I don't even know if they're still together. But last time I checked, yo, they were getting married. Think about it. After all the songs that Taylor Swift had about John Mayer, who else did she date? Did she date Ryan Gosling?
I don't think so. No. Who are you thinking of? There was another actor that she dated, I think.
What about The Weeknd? I feel like she dated The Weeknd, right?
No, that was Selena Gomez. But I think that when she was with The Weeknd, it was unconfirmed. And then he did that song about Justin Bieber, and that was unconfirmed too. Don't ask me how I know that.
Damn, I know she dated plenty of men, and she had her heart broken several times, but I can only remember John Mayer. But you get what I'm saying. Just look, yo. If she can, people said about her, like, that she falls too hard, that she jumps from relationships. But, yo, I'm a Swiftie. And I'm a Swiftie for you, dude. I think you wanted love. If you listen to her songs, she wanted love. And she eventually found it. No matter what people say about you falling hard or you being a whiny crybaby or whatever, people said that about Taylor Swift too. I believe in you, dude. You wanted love. That's what you want, and there's no shame in that. And remember, Cassandra was the one given to you by the universe, by God, to show you that you can still conceive, even with your low percentile, your low amount of swimmers, right? She may have just been put in your life to show you that.
Thanks, man. I meant to ask you, can I ask you something?
Yeah, man, I got all day, dude. Like, literally, they're finally gonna put me in like my own cell with a cellmate soon or whatever, and that's like the only thing on my agenda. But other than that, yo, ask me anything. Like, this time away from hell on earth right now is welcomed.
Would you mind if I date? How you holding up in here? I don't mean to be cheesy and, go to a soft spot with you, but you doing okay? Because I care about you. You're my brother in Flatline Prison. One of the worst prisons in Serafina Town. You okay?
I ain't doing well. But I remember I complained a little bit last time, and I got my ass kicked, and I went through hell in a short period of time in prison, and nobody had sympathy for me. Everyone just told me it was like a walk in the park, and I was being a baby, even though they didn't walk in my shoes. So this time around, I'm not complaining, even though I am dying inside, dude.
Joey, it's gonna go, man.
You don't get it. I'm dying inside, bro. Like, I am scared for my life in here. Like,
This place reminds me of like a real life haunted house, and they're gonna put me in a cell with someone that I don't. What am I in jail for? Hiding my son? Like, I could be put in a cell with like a real murderer. So I'm crapping bricks right now, dude. I want out. I wait for my lawyer to call all day, every day, and I get nothing. This appeal date, I don't know when the hell it is. It could be 3 years from now, and I don't really have a lot of motivation to keep going. So these visits, bro, I really appreciate them. You're gonna get out, Joey. You have main character energy. Main character can't be in prison for long, you know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I feel like it's all caught up to me now. But I hope you're right. You know, I remember first moving to New York in 2012. That was when I really started to like stalk Miranda's life. I know it's crazy. I came to New York, and it was around the time Hurricane Sandy was approaching. And my goodness, there was this thing in the air. I can't explain it. Of course, there were still people who were like, it's not going to be that bad. But for the people that took it serious, oh my God, like, everyone walked around like it was zombie land. And those hours before it began, I just remember feeling, look, I know it's cheesy to say, the calm before the storm. Well, I bring this up because I feel like that's happening with this family. I feel like we are on the cusp of a family war, and I am brought into it because of my connection to Joey, and I don't know what to expect. I feel like it's really about to get dirty. We don't agree on a lot of things, Melissa, but that I can agree with you on. I don't know what the hell is in the air, but it feels like the storm is out to sea and it's heading our way. No offense, I know you've had your issues with Mill, so your mom, so I don't think you'll take too much offense to this, but I do kind of feel like it's her. I feel like she's fanning the flames here, and you know, Joey's not helping the situation, but your mom is real gung-ho about getting the grandkids, and I can understand it. Junior's back. Your mom probably has like a renewed sense of life, doesn't want to waste any more time, but I just don't know how dirty she's gonna start playing. Miranda's ready. I'd hate to see Miranda and my mom go at it, but she is ready, I think. I think she's had a lot of time to compose herself and think things through and have a backbone. Or at least I hope. Are you sure? Because, like, your mom in her peak, when she wants something or when she's in, like, evil mode, she is very sneaky, very conniving. And I say that I feel like that's her strength. I'm not saying it as, like, an insult. I don't know if Miranda's prepared. She is very feisty right now. And I think she's kind of like, you know those fight movies where the main character is like, no, I can do it. And they can't do it because they haven't trained yet or something. I feel like Miranda took time away from town and everyone, but getting time away and just thinking she's still not on your mom's level of chess. I know. But she also has me. She's always had me. What about you? You don't have to have a blind faith to my mom and to Joey. You can do what's right. You know that those kids fare better with their mother than my family. They're good with my family when they're supervised by their mom, I think. I mean, can't really tell with Charlotte. Charlotte has been exposed to them a lot, but come on, you know Junior is better off with Miranda. Even though you said Joey did well with him, I still think his home should be Miranda. Unfortunately, Gabby, I do love Joey as much as we've had our disagreements, and I do have a soft spot for your mom. Me and Miranda are acquaintances, so
I want to see everyone get along. I'm not looking to take sides, but if I have to take sides, I'm obviously going to take my quote-unquote boyfriend's side. Is he your boyfriend? Like, is that a thing now, like officially again? I don't honestly know. He is in prison, and I am his visitor. So there's that dynamic. Back when Joey got married, you weren't talking to me. And there was all of the drama around that wedding with Miranda and I that drove a rift between me and Joey. So I was alone around that period of time. I felt like my kids had moved on. They were starting new lives. And then I get the blessed news that Junior is going to be born. And then he was born. And every time I got to see him, he would remember me a little bit more. And I would see those eyes light up because Grandma was in the room. And I felt like my life had begun again. And sure, my kids had moved on, but here I had my grandson. I hear you, Mom. I tell you this because I think there's just this misconception that I'm an evil mother-in-law who wants control. But I really just want my grandson. And I would like to meet my granddaughter and get to know her. So it breaks my heart when you don't see that. When you think I'm just being the big bad wolf against Miranda. My only thing, Mom, my only thing, I'm not agreeing that you shouldn't see your grandkids. I want you to have a family and I want you to see them. But there's a way to go about it. And with you, I just do not want you going about it the wrong way. Everyone who tries to pursue Miranda's children always go about it the wrong way. They go head first, they go headstrong, they say nasty things, and they treat her like garbage in the process. Everyone who requests her kids treats her like she's a pile of trash. That is how they go about it. So I'm just saying, please, don't go about it that way. Don't feed into what she's expecting. This is why she behaves that way. This is why she is so paranoid. Brian's uncle, of all people, was trying to take Charlotte from her. Remember? Like, the whole world is after her kids. That is what our lives revolve around. That is our quote-unquote storyline. The golden goose and the kids. And I just want you to go about it the right way. What way is that? I am going to have a meeting with her. Great. But if words do not suffice, then what way is there for a grandparent to try and see the little bundles of joy that have brought them a rejuvenation in their life in their later years? She won't talk to her mother, and that's none of my business, but as I go into this meeting, I am not hopeful. So, what ways are you talking about? Because I have exhausted every avenue. I have been to her house, and when I am at her house, she has the kids leave. Her mother-in-law comes over and she has the kids leave. How can you defend that? I'm not defending that. I can admit, Miranda's not perfect. She makes mistakes too. I can be the first one to admit that, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm her best friend. Okay, well, I am not here to guilt trip you, Gabby. I am not here for conflict, and I am sorry if that's what we had recently. Because you know I love you. You are my daughter. And when Joey makes those comments that you're my favorite, well, there is part of me that feels that way. You made my holidays wonderful last year when you returned. I owe you a lot for keeping me alive, keeping me going. But I need to point out that this entire year, almost a year, I have not left your side. I have been there for you, and you have been there for me mother and daughter. Miranda is the one that left you. And she is the one that has your allegiance. I'm just trying to bring the family together, and I'm just trying to see my grandkids. So all I'm saying is, think about whose side you're on, and think about it wisely.